Hey there everybody, it's Lance with Love to Hate, back again with another video in our mini-series of videos showing you some of the games that I played while at BGG Con 2021 in Dallas, Texas. And in this video, I'm going to show you Dollars to Donuts. This comes from Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankwich. The artist on this game is Dylan Mangini, and this is by Crafty Games. It's for 1 to 4 players, 30 to 45 minutes, and ages 8 and up. So in this game, you are running a donut shop. You're going to be placing tiles onto your player board, and you're trying to complete matching donuts in order to get point tokens, or mismatching donuts in order to get dollar tiles that you're going to be drawing from that bag you see there on the right. The point tokens are going to be those donut tokens that you see there below the main board in the middle. They come in 4 different variations. You got your regular glazed donuts, which are going to be worth 1 point. Your chocolate donuts, which are worth 2 points. Your sprinkled donuts are going to be worth 3 points. And the blue jelly-filled donuts, those are going to be worth 5 points. You see those there on the far right. Anyhow, you use your dollar tiles to purchase the bigger, longer tiles on the main board market, or you can use those dollar tiles to fill in the gaps on your player board. You want to try to fill in all those gaps because they're going to be worth negative points at the end of the game. With your point tokens, the donut tokens, you're going to be using those to complete the customer requests, which are those cards at the top of the board. You see that they have different people on them that have different requests. And the way those cards work, there are going to be 3 lines on those cards. In order to collect one of those customers, you have to complete at least the top line. If you want to complete the middle line, you can, and that will give you a few more bonus points. If you want to complete the entire card, that's going to give you the most points on return. And so you are spending those victory point tokens to complete the customer. So the mechanic of using victory points as a resource is in this game. And so that's the gist of what you're doing here. The game is going to end whenever a player fills in the last spot on their board. And as I've already mentioned, if you have any open points, you're going to get negative points on your board. So you want to be making sure to watch how the other players are progressing, because you don't want to be too far behind when the end of the game arrives. Now, so what are some bright spots that I enjoyed about this game? The look of this game is outstanding. It's got bright, vibrant colors. The artwork here is just fantastic. I really enjoyed the look and feel of this game. I will say the theme isn't too strong. You know, you're placing donuts, I guess, to be able to kind of attract customers and fulfill their orders. But outside of that, there's not a whole lot of theme with it, but I don't really care about that too much because everything else about the look and feel of this game is just off the charts. Plus, who doesn't want to play a game that has donuts in it? I mean, come on. The mechanics in this game work fantastic. You've got some tile laying, grid coverage. It gives you the feel of almost like a polyomino game, but it's not really a polyomino game because you're not playing with polyominoes. And as I mentioned already, the victory points as a resource makes for really great crunchy choices when you're choosing whether to complete customer orders, or if you're wanting more dollar tiles from the bag and purchasing those bigger, longer tiles from the market. Everything you do in this game has a direct impact on how you're going to be doing in a different area of this game. And I really enjoy that. You feel rewarded when you make good choices. And if you don't make good choices, well, then that's going to impact how you do in this game. And I think that's how a good game should work. There's not direct player interaction in this game. However, you are constantly looking at how the other players are doing. You're looking at their boards, wanting to make sure you're aware of how much longer you have to be able to do the things you want to do. You're also looking at their completed customers, making sure that you're competing for the right colors or sets with those customers out there in the market. And I feel like that's a very good thing that this game has going on with it. It doesn't feel like it's a solitaire game. You do feel like you are trying to block off other players from getting those customers or getting the right tile in the market. It works really well with this. And also, another bright spot for me is the balance between choosing whether I want to get point tokens when I place tiles on my board by creating complete whole matching donuts, or if I want dollar tiles by creating mismatching donuts. I feel like that's a good balance. It's a good struggle to have to make that choice frequently throughout the game. Some negatives on this, there's not much point variation on those customer cards. In fact, I'm fairly certain that all of those customer cards work the same way, and that if I complete the top line, I'm getting a +1 point return on the point tokens that I use to complete that. If I complete the top and middle lines, I'm getting 2 points in return, and if I complete the entire card, I'm getting 3 points on return. I would have liked to seen some variation on those cards, some cards that would award more points than just 3 if I complete everything, because that would make that card more valuable and I would want to compete for that. That sort of thing would have been nice to have seen. And also, I do feel like this game can be similar to other games out there. There are tons of games out there that have that grid coverage, polyomino mechanic, tile laying mechanics. So this game can probably feel similar to other games. I do think Isle of Cats is a good comparison to this game. It's a much more complex version of this game, but it does have a similar feel to it. So if this game looks to you like it's too light, then Isle of Cats is probably more your jam. Overall, I really, really enjoyed this game. Having played it now, I wish I would have backed the Kickstarter when I saw it several months back. This, to me, is the perfect family game. Adults and kids can grasp it, it has a welcoming look to it, and the choices are extremely interesting. I'm going to look to actually get a copy of this so that I can play it with Sam and the kids and maybe do a full-on review with Sam and see what she thinks about it and give us the non-gamer perspective on this one. Overall, I give it a 7.8 out of 10, which means that, as I've said, I really enjoy it and would really consider getting a copy for myself and including it in my collection. Well, there you have it. That's Dollars to Donuts from Crafty Games. Let me know what you think. Give me your comments down below. Share your idea on this one, and I'd love to respond to that. I'm Lance. This is Love to Hate, where we try to bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers. We'll catch you next time.